What's going on, guys? And in today's video we're going to be talking about Surge Plus. A lot of you guys have been asking me, how does it work, what is it, and everything else in between, right? So in today's video I'm here to basically answer everyone's questions, kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview as far as how it works. And as always, we're going to be going over some of the trades that would have been very successful, and of course, just being transparent, we're going to go over some trades that just really wouldn't have worked out. And then to top it off, I'm going to basically give you guys a general overview of how it works as far as like the basic strategy. So we're going to start with where current price is, and we're going to basically work our way back towards the left side. So as you guys can see, we have a buy signal right here. Now what that basically represents is a change of the trend, and you could buy right away. Now as soon as the candle closes and we get this buy alert, it's going to be sent directly to your phone, so you don't have to be on the charts 24/7. You can literally get that alert, look at trading view, and then go and open your position. So the position would have been open right here, like I said, as soon as that candlestick closes. Now, with the basic strategy, we're only aiming for 30 to 50 points per trade. So 30 points would have been hit, and then 50 points would have been hit as well. Now, at that point, if you guys decide to, hold trades a little bit longer or whatever the case may be, you can put your positions to break even. Obviously, this one would have got hit, but later on, you're going to be able to see why it's so beneficial to put your stop loss to BE as soon as you hit, TP1. Now, when it comes to your stop loss, typically, we like to put it below the cloud or below a recent low. So in this situation, this one would have been a little bit more beneficial with 136 points for a stop. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, that's not the best risk reward ratio, and you're absolutely right. However, this has a really high win rate. So even if we do take 4 or 5, maybe 6 losses, maybe 150 points, 200 points, understand that the wins are going to be a lot more. And this goes back into putting your stop loss at BE. So this right here would be a perfect example. When we get to this sell right here, you guys can very easily see we had this sell alert. We're entering at the close of that candle. Stop loss goes above a recent high or above the cloud. In this situation, we're going to put it above this recent high right here. And as you guys can see, price ended up tanking for a total of 564 points. So this is a perfect scenario. Now for the next thing, right? If you guys see these little smaller arrows, all that simply is just re-entries. Now, however, I don't take all of them, right? These are kind of like, if you missed out on the first one, you could probably get in on a re-entry. For example, this one didn't really work out, and that's cool. We would have got out as soon as the trend basically switched, right? And we got a blue cloud. But like I said, when it does come to these arrows, I typically try to take the first one only, and you're going to be able to see why. At this point right here, we do have a buy signal. So we take a buy position right here, and we obviously... and we go all the way up, right? Price ends up hitting for 484 points, right? Our stop loss goes below either a recent low, right? Or below the cloud. In this situation, the recent low would have been right here. That's perfectly fine. And you guys can see as soon as we enter the markets, price ended up going down, hitting a little bit of drawdown, and then it shot and closed immediately for about 87 points. So again, at that point, you would put your stop loss to BE, and you'll be able to catch this whole move to the upside. Now going on to the re-entries, like I said, I try to only take the first one. So that would be this one right here. These are all okay to take, but you're going to see when we start consolidating, it's going to be a whole bunch. So it's just always best to make sure you kind of take the first one. I don't really like to take the second, third, fourth, or any of these things coming on over here. But if we got in at the first one, right, stop loss goes below the cloud. That's about 100 points. And again, we can target our 50 points, which obviously we got that. And if we decided to hold it, you guys can see price end up going for about 500 points. If we put it at BE, let me see, it would have got tapped depending on where you enter, stuff like that. But again, there was a potential for 500 points during this move right here. Just trying to show you guys how powerful this system actually is. Now the next signal we have, again right here, is a sell. We would have took the sell right here. All right, we would have been in some drawdown. Our stop loss goes above this high or above the cloud. All right, and then we are able to actually target this whole down move. So this did very well. And once you caught your little 50 points, you put your stop loss to BE. And as you guys can see, it actually didn't even hit. So again, you could have caught this whole move to the downside, right? Now, same thing right here. In this situation, price touches back into the cloud, and then we end up having a re-entry signal. All right, and what that looks like is, again, stop loss above the cloud or above a recent high. You guys can see price ends up taking down again, catching another 310 points. Now this next one, you guys can see buy signal right here. Stop loss goes above a recent low or below the cloud. You would have got your about 150 points before price started really consolidating. If you put your stop loss at BE, you would have been able to catch a high of, yeah, just about 179 points. Not that bad. For this situation right here, if we took the first re-entry, you probably would have got stopped out. Not that big of a deal. You guys can see the next move made up for all that. Now this next one could be a little bit tricky, right? Again, stop loss goes above the high or above the cloud. It looks like we almost didn't really make much on it, but we did hit for 36 points. And again, this is why I say maybe 30 to 50 points is your ideal TP1. And then you could put your stop loss to break even. And it's because when I back tested everything, I noticed price will generally give us about 25, 30 points on average to 50 points on average around that area. And then, if it's either going to go, it's going to go. And if not, it's going to reverse. So that's why I say generally 30, 50 points. This one right here is another one, right? Price goes below the cloud, right? Because that one's a little bit closer. And this one actually hit for about 80 points almost. And then price came back down. So again, price is really doing this thing. And again, this is more like a scalping tool, but occasionally you are going to catch these trends. So again, that's why it's very important to make sure you have a TP1 for 30, 50 points. And then you put your stop loss to break even so you can catch that move if price wants to just completely tank or completely shoot all the way up. Now we have another one. This is a crazy sell-off. You guys can see price ended up going all the way down about 600 points, right? And not only that, but we did have another re-entry right here. So the re-entry is basically at the same freaking entry. Stop loss goes above the cloud, right? And you guys can see just the type of RR that we had on this. Pretty good, pretty solid. Again, same thing right here. As soon as this candle closes, stop loss can go below this low. We hit for about 92 points. Did very well. And now for this sell, we're not taking these re-entries. We only take the first one. So to show you guys what that looks like, the sell would have been here, right? But given how far the cloud was and obviously the gap, we just simply wouldn't have taken that. So I'm not even going to count that one right there because it's just plain obvious we're not going to take that trade and it's a Sunday. However, but going into London session, if you wanted to take these re-entries, you absolutely could have took the re-entries. What that would have looked like was something like this, right? Stop loss goes above where the cloud was at in this area right here. And you guys can see, spent some time in drawdown, but nonetheless, you caught this whole move. And if you decide to keep holding it, you could have caught, again, this entire whole sell-off, right? But that's not generally realistic, right? That would be more luck. Maybe you forgot about the position or whatever the case. But yeah, let's just go over some more. It's going to get a little bit repetitive, so this is going to be pretty much the last one. You guys can see we have a buy position here, goes all the way up. We have the re-entry right here at this point. Again, goes all the way up. So this is how simple, effective, and easy it is to actually profit in the markets without having to do too much work. You're going to get these SMS alerts, which you guys have seen earlier. I popped it up on the screen on what it looks like. At that point, you go into trading view, you say, hey, this looks good. You then go to trade locker on your phone or MT4, MT5, whatever, enter your position, put a TP for 30, 50 points, and you're good to go. And then obviously on your second position, you can put your stop loss to BE and just let it ride out, right? Not that big of a deal. If it hits break even, it hits break even. If it goes for 300-400 points, then there you go, right? And now one last thing, obviously we're looking at US 30. Now if you trade futures, if you're on Top Step, Apex, if you're on those firms and you're using TradingView for your platform, you guys can take these trades with the indicator directly on your chart just to make things even easier for you guys, right? So yes, you can pass your Top Step, you can pass your Apex, the My Funded futures, all that good stuff. And when you guys do purchase these indicators, we do have a course, we have a Discord community. And in the course, we're gonna go over a lot of different things as far as different strategies, different things to use, using this indicator with the SPC strategy, using it with support and resistance, with key levels, things like that. We go really in depth. And obviously these indicators are good just as is, but when we combine it with strategies, it just dramatically increases the win rate. And if you guys do want to purchase, I'll leave the product link in the description below. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Chris Ramirez401, or you guys can reach out to me on Telegram with the same username. I'm verified on both. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next video.